Tyler Epsom.
Yep.
My name is Mason Van Arsdal. So we're here interviewing for your application for the wildland firefighter. So I was wondering, so you're currently attending Eastern Oregon University in LaGrange, right?
Yep, this is my sophomore year.
And what's your major?
Fire Service Administration.
What are some of the coursework that you've been doing there at Eastern Oregon?
Yeah, so I'm in two Fire Service Administration classes right now, one being Principles of Emergency Services, which has been mainly going over the different classes of fire and how we would suppress them in a timely manner. And my second course being Fire Suppression Systems, which has mainly been focusing on emergency fire sprinklers that get set off automatically.
That's some really interesting coursework that you're doing at Eastern. How would you relate this coursework to our wildland firefighting field that you're applying for?
Yeah, so definitely knowing the different classes of fire that we're going into and knowing how to suppress them is a big part of that role.
Mm-hmm.
So just keeping up and keep on getting that knowledge of how I could work as a team to get that taken care of as fast as possible.
Yeah, that is super important. I mean, fire suppression is huge. I mean, stopping the fire before it even starts is a huge problem, in wildland fire. And I understand you're on the baseball team at Eastern.
Yes, I am.
Oh, nice. What position do you play?
I'm a pitcher.
Pitcher. That's awesome. And this is your second year on the team?
Yep.
Nice. So how do you think? I mean, wildland firefighting is a really physically and mentally, demanding job. So how do you think that playing baseball really prepares you physically and mentally?
Yeah, so baseball is actually all physically and mental. So just growing up playing it my whole life has just really kept on building on those skills and just kept on stacking. So now at the point where I'm at now, I think that I built a pretty good foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep building off of.
That's awesome. Yeah. Teamwork is also a huge part of wildland firefighting. I mean, we all work in teams. When it's either you're digging hand line or plowing a cat trail. Everything you're doing is working together. So, can you describe a time when you've really experienced teamwork under pressure? Because I mean, a lot of it, everything is under pressure,
Yeah,
and that's when it really matters.
Yeah. So being a pitcher is one of my main examples I'm going to tell you about, because being a pitcher is all stress. Like we could be in a very tight spot where your team fully depends on you to do your job, and if I don't, we lose.
Mm-hmm.
And so just having all that pressure on you and still being able to perform is what makes it very important.
That's really important. So being on the baseball team, I'm sure you have lots of these examples. But how do you handle conflict or disagreement in a team setting?
Yeah, I mean, so at the end of the day, all we have is our team. So being able to find a middle ground with them and just try to be as open as you can to get that conflict resolved as soon as possible,
Mm-hmm.
because that's only going to hurt us down the road.
That's true. Yeah, finding compromises is super important in disagreements. Finding answers for both sides.
Mm-hmm.
What motivates you to pursue this career in wildland firefighting?
So wildland firefighting is a very important job. It really maintains the safety of houses around, and this summer I actually experienced a wildfire very close to my home. So seeing that really made me want to just get out there and help these families that need it. So.
And then, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I'd like to eventually move into a department and focus more on the EMT and paramedic side of things. But just doing this work here will just get me a good connection to these different departments around and get me some more team building skills.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
It would be great to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Hello, Mason. Thank you for coming in today. You were interviewing for the field steward position at the Nature Conservancy, right?
Yes. Yep.
So are you currently enrolled at EOU?
Yeah, I'm in my 4th year at EOU, so I'm a senior this year.
Nice.
I'm finishing up this
Yeah, getting
year.
excited to move on, I'm sure. What is your major?
So my major is sustainable rural systems, and then my minor is in biology.
Nice. And how do you feel your major is putting you in a spot that you were prepared for this position?
So when I originally started at Eastern, my major was ecological biology, but then we started this more hands-on degree. It was sustainable rural systems, where we actually get to go out and do a lot more field work. So I get to spend a lot of time in riparian zones, working on riversides and riverbeds, and I get to do a lot more hands-on experience. So I think that having my degree in this field, I get to learn more in person and in depth.
Yeah, it's super cool you were able to get out and really get some hands-on work. And here at the Nature Conservancy, we are big on teamwork. Have you had any specific scenarios where this has been needed to be demonstrated?
Yeah, I mean, I playing baseball at EOU. Teamwork is a huge part of playing baseball. But I've also gotten to work with a team actually doing field work. I worked for the Confederated Tribes in the fisheries program, and we had a group of 5 technicians where we would actually go out and work on restoration projects in riparian zones along the Grand Ronde River Basin.
Oh, nice.
So we spent a lot of time like up Catherine Creek working on a lot of mussel surveys where, you know, someone would be snorkeling, someone would be taking data, and then someone would be, you know, watching for objects flowing down the river to take out our snorkeler. So teamwork has been a big part of a lot of my you know, experience in the past.
Yeah, definitely. And field stewardship can involve unpredictable challenges.
Mm-hmm.
How do you prepare yourself mentally and physically for this?
I mean, living in LeGrand, unpredictability is a part of our day every day. You can wake up one day and it's 10 degrees below zero and you still have to go out and, you know, do what you're going to do, whether that's play baseball or go work in the field like I did this summer. I mean,
for sure.
Just having daily reassurance of unpredictability is a great, you know,
Yeah,
gets me ready for future endeavors.
yeah, definitely. And then how does this role align with your long-term career goals that you've set for yourself?
Yeah, so long term, I really see myself in like a management position where I get to have, you know, my own piece of property, whether it's big or small, with riparian zones on it, and I really want to be the main like management role where I have people below me working, and I get to, you know, decide what kind of strategies we take or strategies we use to manage these, you know, whatever area, whether it's a forest, riparian zone, a rangeland, tundra even, if I'm myself in Alaska.
Yep, there you go. And then what skills have you developed throughout your college career and also your job experience that you have that will be beneficial in this role?
Yeah, so I've already gotten to do lots of surveys. So surveying is a huge part of management, especially in, you know, Eastern Oregon, where we actually go out and do hands-on. You can't do everything through GIS, like what they do in a lot of areas. I've gotten to spend a lot of time actually studying. I took a riparian biology class, so we got to actually learn how to do river sampling. So we'd go out and we would check, you know, like what kind of substrates, what kind of wetted width, you know. So I think that a lot of my experiences already have really helped me gain a lot of skills that are beneficial to the role.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like it. And then how do you think you'll help contribute to our team?
With all the experience that I've already had, I think I could bring a lot of you know, skills that you don't have to train me already on to the team. But I also I'm a very easy guy to work with. I get along with a lot of people, and playing baseball has made me a very you know, I can control my emotions a lot. So when you are, you know, experiencing conflict or disagreements, I think I'm really good at resolving those conflicts or disagreements. So I can bring a kind of steadiness to the team that you may not already have.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming in today.